Hey guys, it's David from Gain Leads, and this short video I just wanted to show you how to set up the call tracking for AdWords so that you can see which keywords are in ads are creating conversions for you. That's really the only true way to measure the success of a campaign. So inside your AdWords account, if you click up here on Tools and you go to Conversions, and you're going to click this little plus button, and there's actually two calls that you're going to be tracking. You're going to be tracking the calls when someone's on your website and they call. If they clicked on your ad and they go to your website, this will actually swap the phone number out and show a tracking number instead. So that's one type of call tracking that we're going to set up, and then the other one is a call extension, and that's when your phone number shows alongside your ad and someone just calls directly from the ad. That will also count as a conversion. So click here on phone calls. We're going to set up the website call tracking first, and just this is the one you want, calls to a phone number on your website. Click continue, and we'll just call it calls from website. I just call it version 2 since I have one already. And if you know what a call is worth to you, you can put that number here, or you can just don't use a value, which is what I'm going to do. For the count, you really only want to track the first call. Otherwise, it can skew your results if you're tracking every call. And then the call length is up to you. You can set that to whatever you think is a good value. I usually do maybe like 45 seconds. So let's just change it to 45 seconds. Create and continue. Okay, now you're going to get a tag that they're going to give you, and you have to add that to your website. So if you click install the tag yourself, so they're going to give you the first part of this code. You can just leave this first one checked. You're probably not using the global site tag, but even if you are, this will be fine. So highlight this first part here, and I like to just copy it in a spreadsheet, or I'm sorry, in a note in a text file. And then you're gonna, so just copy that for now, and then you're gonna come down here and you're gonna enter your phone number, and you're gonna create a snippet, and then you're just gonna copy this part, add that to the other script. So now you have one longer script, and click next and click done. And then you need to have so in a second we're going to add that, but you also have to have the call extension set up. So come back to the let me do that slower. Come back to the plus button again, click phone calls again, and now do calls from ads using call extensions or call only ads, and click continue. And this is usually set up already, so you might not have to set this up, but if you set it up again, it won't hurt anything. Just set it up just to make sure. 45 seconds, create and continue, and that's it really. This one doesn't need to add any code. Alright, so you'll have two here. This is what yours will look like. If you don't have any conversions tracking set up yet, you'll just have these two that we just created. Alright, so then you'll go to your website, and this is going to be different for every website. I'm assuming you're probably on a WordPress website. This is my website. I use Divi theme. So this part's going to be different depending on what you're using. If you are using Divi, they actually have a section where you can add code. It's integration here. And so what you would do is you'd take this code that we just created and you would add it to your header part of your website. Okay, so I would just copy and paste mine. I'd probably put it above the Google tag, so I'll just copy it in right there, and I would be done now. Okay, and then I would hit save, and that's it. If you're using a custom WordPress theme, you might be able to go into your editor, appearance editor, and there's usually like a header file, but you don't want to use this option if you're using like a theme that might get updated next time. So you might have to check with your web developer, but basically just get that code into the header of your website and you'll have your call tracking, and there's actually a way you can test it. Okay, so sorry, I just had to pause it while I got this code. So if this is how you're going to actually debug it. If you just just type in Google test call tracking ads and go to this website here, evoluted.net, they'll give you a little snippet that you can put at the end of the URL, and you can test if the Google's swapping is actually working. So I set up a test page. I'm just going to copy this, and so I have my test page here with my phone number. I'm just going to paste this at the end of the URL like so, and you'll get like in just a second, let's see, I don't think it went. There we go. Okay, so you'll get this like pop up here, and it's going to say attempting to auto replace, but it could not get number because there's no ad click. So if you hit the force button and the numbers change to 99, all nines basically, you'll see that everywhere on the page where your phone number is listed, as long as it's the same number that you put in here. And if you get that working, then you'll actually start to see conversions in your AdWords in probably within 24 hours. And then lastly, if you want to add the call tracking to the ads, just make sure you go to extensions. So I just went to ads, extensions. You'll add a call extension. Just put that same phone number and make sure call reporting is on, and then you can choose from here. This one is the one that is actually set up by default, so you can just choose that one, and that's it. So once you do that, you're going to have your call tracking all set up. And if you have any questions, you can let me know and I'll try to help you. Thanks.